Gentlemen, how we feeling out there at the fragrance fraternity? Hope you're doing well. Got to thank God for another day that we can smell good. Health is wealth, people. Hope you're feeling good. We're about to get you smelling good. I know you like your summer freshies when it's really hot this time of year, but you want that performance. And I hear you. I really hear you. And I'm going to make sure that everybody else is going to smell you. So let's get started here. You know I don't like my long intros. French Riviera from the house of Mancera. Look at that gradient blue bottle. Isn't that thing just beautiful? I love when a fragrance really captures the whole essence of the storytelling aspect with something like this, floating alongside the French Riviera with your hot wife or girlfriend, and you don't have a care in the world. You're just enjoying the beauty of the scenery and enjoying the sillage that this provides. It really takes you there. This isn't like the craziest, most mind-blowing fragrance you might smell, but it does just envelop you in a certain feeling, a certain emotional response, which is really what you're looking for out of a fragrance. How does it make you feel? What's the wearing experience? This one really does take you to feeling like you're on the French Riviera, like you're a classy person with, just an appreciation for the finer things in life. It's kind of strange that a certain scent can really make you feel all those things, but this one does. I really love the bottle presentation here. Love the gradients. Love the smell. Love the name. It's all working together beautifully. Mancera, French Riviera. A little bit more on the sunscreen side of things, so you gotta like that. It's not really a coconut fragrance. It does have a decent amount of white florals without becoming too feminine, which white florals can. Certainly unisex, leaning masculine if anything, and a nice little citrus blast in the opening just to give it a little bit of zing and sparkle on the top. Settles down really mainly into those white florals with a bit of this sunscreen type smell as well. So tropical, perfect for going out and about, maybe on a hot day you're gonna hit the beach, or maybe you're gonna just be out and about on the town and you want something that is easygoing, long lasting, but still has an element of luxury and class to it. French Riviera will get you covered. From the house of Mancera, let's keep it going now with a fragrance no one has mentioned. I've searched the internet and I haven't heard anybody talk about Apple Craze. I believe Apple Craze. Yes, from the house of Making Sense. These little 17 mLs go for about 25 bucks and they will last you a long time because you really only need 3 or 4 sprays. These are all extrait to parfums as I understand. And the quality of the oils here are on point. You really get a lot of bang for your buck when you go with Making Sense. I have several of their offerings. Not been disappointed yet. So what prompted me to get this fragrance is I'm a huge fan of the note of apple. It's one of my favorite fruits. It's one of my favorite top notes in fragrance. So I saw this and haven't heard really anybody talk about it. So I figured I might as well pick it up and give you my thoughts and give you my review on it. If you love apple, if you love fruity, sweet, fun, playful type fragrances, this one is definitely worth picking up. Certainly on the unisex side, if anything leads a little bit feminine just because it is, it has that abundance of fruits. It has, an abundance of kind of tropical smelling fruit type nuances going on. And oftentimes those sort of fragrances don't scream masculinity, especially when it's devoid of any kind of woods in the base. You do get vanilla and a bit of ambergris in the base that kind of hold it down and give it some nice longevity as well, especially that ambergris, adding a bit of freshness to the scent profile so that it's not overly sweet and cloying and getting kind of like on the annoying side, as sometimes really prominent apple fragrances can. A beautiful wearing experience. You gotta like fun, kind of easygoing and maybe more youthful type stuff. But if you do, and if you really enjoy the note of apple, I highly recommend you check out Apple Craze from the house of Making Sense. One of the best fragrances I've smelled from them, and really just is stunning in the air. When you catch a whiff of it, it'll have you turn in your head for sure. All right, you can't really make a long-lasting summer list without Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense. This is a staple. It's a classic. We know it. We love it. Did not like this fragrance the first time I smelled it. Definitely took some time to grow on me. And the magic of this fragrance is really try to catch it in the air. Do not try to smell it too up close to your skin. You might miss out on the sparkle that is Light Blue Intense. It has a bit of this grapefruit opening in the top. And the thing that throws a lot of people off is this kind of cologne or the C notes aspect to it. Some people get kind of a rotten smell, and I did as well. First time I smelled this, I really thought this smelled like straight up BO. I couldn't understand why anybody would want to wear this fragrance. And now, I mean, you see the dent. I go back to it time and time again. Really only need 3 or 4 sprays with this one. You can definitely overwhelm your nose. Your nose is going to start running. You're going to start sneezing if you overdo it on the sprays. I've been there. I've done that. So really it's kind of like a 4-spray fragrance, but try to catch this one in the air and you will understand the magic that is light blue, intense. And even to this day, it gets a lot of love for good reason. I think this is going to be like a timeless type fragrance that people are always going to go back to. Will never really smell outdated, even though it's been out for a good while and there's a bunch of whole new flankers. Let's jump now to the House of Alexandria. This is Pacific Coast. This is their interpretation of Louis Vuitton's Pacific Chill. It's got this apricot note. It really sets it apart from a whole lot of other freshies. Has strong, like, lasting power of that fresh apricot and those kind of sweeter nuances that just really, the longevity is insane on this. Another one that is a little bit more on the casual side. I would say it leans a little bit masculine, even though I think a woman could wear this off. Again, fruity, fun, fresh, nothing too serious here, but perfect for the summertime, perfect for most situations that you're gonna want. And this 30 ml is very full, but I had a 5 ml decant that I kind of been working through, so I've kind of been saving this 30 ml. But yeah, Alexandria, I've been really impressed with their quality and their offerings, especially when you consider Louis Vuittons are like $350. This one comes really close. I have smelled the real deal, and this is right there with it. I really don't think I need to own the real one at any point. I'm very, very happy with Pacific Coast from Alexandria as an alternative. Next one up we have is a bit more affordable, but don't get me wrong, it is not cheap smelling at all. This is a great fragrance. This is Vince Camuto Omen Tenso. Had this one for a while, and I was sad that I couldn't tell you guys about it because it was really hard to find for a while, but now I think it's more readily available. I think it's been popping up at Burlington. And this is a perfect signature scent for a guy. This is not necessarily only a summer fragrance. I wouldn't even necessarily categorize it as a summer fragrance, but this can be worn all year round. This is for a business professional, maybe a guy in a suit and a tie. If you're going to work every day and you want something that is office safe, but also appealing and also masculine, also woody, you do get a bit of this kind of gin and tonic smell going on from the original, even though that's not listed in the notes. You do pick up the original's DNA here. It really is, for once, a more intense version of the original fragrance here. So nice spicy quality to it, really nice woody masculine quality while being fresh and lasting a really long time. Again, you don't need too many sprays. You could really overwhelm yourself, but in the air, this stuff is magic, and for the price you can get it, this is a steal. Vince Camuto Omen Tenso, excellent fragrance. Let's go next now to the house of Tumi. This is Tumi's Awaken. I love this little locking mechanism here. I mean, it's kind of a gimmick, right? But it's the little things that count. Once you start accumulating more fragrances, you really start to take notice of certain creative decisions that brands might make. And this is really innovative and interesting. It really does keep your bottle securely in place. And as a luggage brand, you would kind of want that from Tumi, you know, that you'd want that good fastening, harnessing power of having your stuff secure, I guess, like you would expect from a luggage brand. Anyway, let's get to the fragrance. This has a nice bergamot opening, really citrusy, really fresh, but not as youthful and playful as a lot of other blue fragrances. This is Tumi's blue fragrance, but it does have a slight bit more of maturity to it. So if you're a guy maybe 25 or older and you're looking for something with a little bit more refinement than, let's say, a YSL EDP, which, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love that fragrance. This is going to be a good alternative for you. You see the dent. I do like to come back to this all the time. Has long lasting power. They do have some sort of patent that makes their fragrances last a long time. At least that's what it says on the label. Not sure about the validity of that patent or what's the deal with that, but it does last a long time, so their claims are true. Check out the distilled version if you really want to go crazy, but I think the original Awaken is solid enough. You can get it for a better price than the distilled. All right, Tumi Awaken, a really great blue fragrance that really doesn't get enough love in my opinion. Next, let's get going with the clone of Parfums Marley Sedley. This is Lattafa Maahir Legacy. Gotta love the horse head here. Shout out to the Denver Broncos. I think about that every time I wear this. And also, if you're missing the night from your chest piece, there you go. Just use this cap. This is probably Lattafa's best fragrance, or if not, one of their best. You get a really prominent lime type minty blast right in the opening that carries for a good decent while. This has a really nice lavender tone to it as well. It is quite upscale smelling, quite elegant smelling, has a bit of a maturity to it while still being a blue fragrance that can be worn basically in every single situation and the heat. Really great bang for your buck. I believe you can get these for like $30 or less. So when you consider the quality, the overall scent profile, how close it is to steadily, and the lasting power, the value for money is really here. Weird looking bottle. You may like it, you may not. I think it really does distinguish itself. It will be noticed in your collection. It's gonna have people being like, what the hell is that? And when they're just grabbing around random fragrances, they might end up grabbing this one just because of the look of the bottle. So it's kind of a cool one to show off. Some people might think it's a little strange, and I do think it's a little strange, but I do enjoy the Bronco head. So shout out. Probably Denver's not going to do that well this year. We'll see. We got a rookie quarterback. We're going to need him to do some crazy stuff if we even have a chance, you know. The Chiefs been kicking our ass pretty good these last couple of years, even though we did beat them last year for the first time in like 17 games. Anyway, let's get back to the fragrances. This is Zaharoff Signature Blue, Seraphim Blue, from the Signature line. This is different than any kind of blue fragrance you ever smelled. I wouldn't even necessarily call this a blue fragrance, even though the juice is a really nice blue. This, you have to be a huge fan of eucalyptus. That's basically the primary note here, and I really enjoy the fact that this is so unique. Once you start amassing too many fragrances, to be honest, you start really valuing those that offer a uniqueness, that are not like anything you've ever smelled, that are not redundant to your other fragrances, and this is certainly it. I do not have a eucalyptus fragrance, nor have I ever smelled a eucalyptus fragrance that is this good. You have to like that note. You have to enjoy that kind of spa, walking into a spa and getting a big blast of eucalyptus, because this is really what reminds me of it here. You do get a little bit of the cypress type note, and you get some woodiness as well. Not any of the shower gel freshness that you would typically associate with a blue fragrance, but if you're looking for a different twist, and again, you like that eucalyptus note, I think you might really enjoy Zaharoff Signature Seraphim Blue. There we go. I didn't screw it up twice. Two more here. Just two more. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. This is Azzaro Chrome EDP. I've been seeing it pop up a lot at Ross, and I think it is a freaking awesome fragrance, man. Look at that dent. If you are looking for something blue that is more on that shower gel side, go with this. Great lasting power. Very easy to like. If you're looking for a gift to give someone in the summer, you don't really know what they're into, I really have a hard time believing that any guy out there wouldn't really just want to smell fresh and clean, and has, you know, this sort of modern edge to it as well. It doesn't smell outdated at all. You still get some of that metallic nuance that you get from the original Chrome. So it is a true flanker. It's not just a kind of a copycat. I do hear it's a little bit similar to Profondo Lights. And it is also a little bit similar to Deep Blue Parfum. However, it does have that chrome metallic edge to it, which I really enjoy, and I think kind of sets it apart from those other offerings. And for the price that you can get this, it's really a steal. I'm happy to see it popping up at Ross. I think if you see it and come across it for a good price, and you enjoy blue fragrances, it's fragrances that you can get a lot of use out of that last a long time. There are really great dumb reaches for many different situations. More casual wear, white t-shirt type thing here, but I go back to it all the time. I think you will too. This is Azzaro Chrome EDP. Last but certainly not least, my most complimented fragrance of the year. Every time I wear it, it just seems to garner some positive attention for me. And that's not necessarily why we wear fragrance, but who doesn't like a nice compliment, right? It always makes you feel good and kind of lifts your spirit, a little bit of recognition for the money that you're spending on the fragrance and maybe the time you're putting into building up your body or your outfit. You know, it's always nice to get a little bit of positive love coming our way from just people that you might be coming across. This is John Lowe Immortal from Maison Alhambra, a subsidiary of Lattafa. This is a clone of Louis Vuitton's L'Immensité. However, I'll tell you right now, it does not smell very close to L'Immensité. So if you're going to be thinking about buying this, just based off of an alternative or something that you want that smells like L'Immensité, this is not it. This is a good fragrance on its own. However, I got this before smelling the real L'Immensité. I was pretty shocked at how different they really are. But on its own, it's a great ginger kind of ambroxan fragrance. This is a powerhouse. This will overwhelm you. Definitely another 3 to 4 spray fragrance. If you want, go crazy with it. It's going to last you all day. I had a day I was wearing this. It was really windy, and like 10 hours later, it was still coming off me very prominently. So at least with this original batch code, the performance is insane. Great Scent profile, it's got a good like hype around it for good reasons. Citrus on the top, ginger, sparkle, effervescence with a strong ambroxan backbone that really just carries it and is very prominent throughout the life of the fragrance. So if you're looking for something that isn't too expensive with a really great ginger type of essence to it, and you like ginger, personally it's one of my favorite top notes. Check out John Lowe Immortal. I think you're going to really enjoy this, especially under $40 that you can get this. It's a steal. You know, maybe not the most highest quality thing out there, but again, under $40 and just really works out in the crowd for people that are not necessarily fragrance enthusiasts seem to really love it, you know, which is the majority of the people you're going to come across anyway. So John Lowe Immortal, Maison Alhambra. All right, that was the 10 today. Let me know down in the comments below a long-lasting fragrance that you want to suggest to the people of the fragrance fraternity. I appreciate you guys sticking with me all the way through the end of the video. Hit that like and subscribe button. I'll have more stuff coming at you soon. Drop a comment down below. Let me know how you're feeling today, how you're smelling, what your scent of the day is. I will catch you next time at the fragrance fraternity. Keep holding it down out there, people. Appreciate you. Have a good day. Take care.